All right, everybody, we're finally back. 2023 season, and it has been a lot going on in my life in the last couple months. I have not posted for a while. My wife and I have sold our house in Morgan County, Georgia, and we are living the city life. We are renting a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath downtown. I'm not going to tell you where. Downtown. And I wake up in the mornings and my dogs and my cats look at me and they're like, what is going on here? But we are surviving so far. We've been in a couple weeks and things are starting to get a little bit better. And anyway, I'm here and I'm back and I'm so ready to get turkey season started. It's not even funny. Some of my friends have already started in South Florida. They've already gone down. My buddy Brett killed a big bird down there on one of my places that I hunt. And so proud of him for doing that. Killed him right off a limb. Awesome bird. And I'm ready to go. So there's a slight possibility I may be headed to South Florida tomorrow. I'm not sure. But I just got my gun back from getting dipped. And I want to talk to you guys about patterning your turkey gun. And one misconception is turkey hunters make, and especially the newer generation or newer people that are coming into turkey hunting that didn't ever really turkey hunt before, is you buy a shotgun, it's a scatter gun, you point it, you pull the trigger, and it kills whatever you're aiming at. And that's not true at all, especially when it comes to fine-tuning a turkey gun. So I don't care what shotgun you buy. I don't care who makes it. You can buy the top dollar shotgun in the world. It's possibly not going to shoot straight. You have to shoot it, you have to pattern the thing. So with turkey hunting and today's technology and shells with the TSS Shot, the tungsten super shot, it shoots a very tight pattern. And I am always in search of a super tight pattern. I love to kill turkeys with a bow and arrow. I love to kill them with a shotgun. I love to kill them any which way possible. But I want a shotgun that I can rely on. So today we are going to pattern my personal turkey gun that I just bought this year. I've already killed a lot of birds, not with this particular gun, but with guns identical to it. This is a single shot Stevens M301 20 gauge. I got no more than $200 out the door in this gun. I think it was like $205 out the door in this gun. It comes with a high rail mount on it already from the factory. You can put a red dot right on top of it. The only reason I took mine off and had my buddy William down at Sumtoy Customs in South Georgia, he builds me a low mount. And the low mount is made to just simply bring your cheek further down on the gun so you're not way up too high. So William custom designed this low mount here. And of course, I topped it off with a Bushnell 250 red dot. This is a new red dot that they have. It is phenomenal. Y'all check them out. So we've got the Sumtoy, we've got the Bushnell. I have also recently, some of you guys know because you've seen my Instagram, I have picked a new camo company, a new family I have found, and I will be with them forever. But this is Asio camo, and I have dipped my gun in Asio. Asio was generated by Joe Miles, and he got the idea from an owl in the woods. So the picture, I mean the camo actually represents an owl that disappeared in the limbs in a tree while he was out scouting or hunting or whatever it was. And some of y'all have had that happen. Owl swoops down, gets up in a tree, and you're like, okay, where did he go? Yeah, he just melted into the tree. That's where Asio came from. So we put that on clothing, and it is superior. So we've got the Stevens M301 20 gauge. We got the burris on top. Sumtoy custom. I didn't do any work to the gun at all besides dipping it. And I have just gotten back from the NWTF, the National Wild Turkey Federation banquet, or not banquet, convention in Nashville, Tennessee. And I have personally selected the chokes that I believe that are best fit for a 20 gauge, in particular all around the board, much less this gun right here. So I've gone to all the companies and I have bought a choke from each one in the diameter that I thought would give me the best pattern. Now, some people want a pattern that will expand very large and uniform and cover so they don't miss a bird. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. You can back off, you can shoot. With TSS, you can shoot a full choke, a modified choke, and you'll kill them just fine. I could take a dove shell out there and kill a turkey with no problem, as long as your state allows that. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm looking for a pattern that is going to have a super tight core that is uniform on the outside. I want to pack as many shot as I can into a 10-inch circle at 40 yards. And I say 40 yards because that's what we range patterning turkey targets off of, or pattern turkey guns off of. So I'm gonna shoot a target down here that's 40 yards away exactly from the tip of my barrel to the target, and you guys can see it down here. That is exactly 40 yards. That's a piece of OSB board with a white poster board attached to it. I'm gonna shoot the dead center of that board. And then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna draw a 10-inch circle around the tightest spot on that board. And I'm gonna count each individual pellet. And it's gonna take a while because I have 28 shells right here to shoot. And my shoulder's gonna hurt and I'm gonna be sore tomorrow, but hey, that's part of patterning a turkey gun. And I wanted you guys to know what I think is the best choke for the shell and everything I got. So let me show you what I got here. This is a TruLok choke. This is a 555. So I went with the 555 on that. That was recommended for the shells that I'm shooting, and I'll talk about that in a second. We have a 565 Patternmaster. We have a 560 Rectifier. We have a 562 Indian Creek, and we have a 562 Sumtoy. And I told you before, William made the mount up here, and he also makes chokes. So there's a Sumtoy choke. For shells, I have Boss Time shells. Now these bad boys right here, I don't know if they've got the measurements on here or not. I don't see them. All right, I do not see the measurements on here. This is 2 of their shells. Let me just get these out of the way. I'd have made it look pretty for y'all already. This is 2 of their shells right here. This is a 3-inch 20 gauge, 2 ounces of 7s. Yeah, you heard me right. 2 ounces in a 20 gauge shell. This is flying at 1,050 feet per second, I think, is what it was chronographed at. So these are 7s, these are 9s, and this is a 2 ounce. Wait, I'm sorry. These are 9s. This is a 2 ounce load of 9s. So yeah, that's a whole lot of pellets. So we're gonna see what they do. We have TSS Shot. Got a buddy of mine in Augusta, Georgia that has these. This is a 20 gauge, 3-inch, ounce and 5/8 9s at 1,100 feet per second with a 585 pellet count. This is a standard go-to, tried and true shell. If you don't know what shell to shoot, and I'm not saying TSS, but I'm saying if you don't know what load to shoot, this is the load. Ounce and 5/8 9s, tried and true. It is phenomenal, and I'm expecting very good results out of it. And with that being said, I have custom shells, all these yellow ones here, from a buddy of mine in North Georgia, Aaron Ward, good friend of mine. And we have created a possible 4610 load. So I will have an 1 3/4 9s, and I think the number 1s and the number 2s are 1 5/8. So all 9s. And we will compare 5 shells to each choke. And we're going to take the best pattern, and that will be the winner. So, or however you want to look at it. That'll be dead turkeys this season with my gun. And yeah, so we're going to go for it. I'll probably just start off with maybe the TruLok and then go to the Patternmaster, to the Rectifier, to the Indian Creek, to the Sumtoy. And I'm going to shoot 1, 2, 3, 4 shells. 4 shells out of each one. I think that's right. So maybe 20 shots or something. I don't know. I'm not a good mathematician. But let's get it going, y'all. I'm going to shoot. I'll show you guys some patterns. And then I'll bring them back. I'll kind of go over what I think's best. And then I'm actually going to take these patterns home and count them one by one at the very end to find out which one has the best constriction of my liking. Everybody has their own taste, but I'm looking for that tight core with a good uniform around. If I pull the shot a foot or maybe 8 inches, I still want to be able to kill the bird. And that's what I'm looking for at 40 yards. Let's go. All right, so we just got through with the first 4 rounds in the TruLok 555, and this was the Ward number 1. Sorry, I don't know if this thing, yeah, rotating right. All right, Ward number 1, the TSS Shot number 9, the Boss 2-ounce load of 9s, and Ward number 2. So I gotta remember which one this is too. I get the Ward number 1 and number 2 mixed up. I'll check my text here in just a second, but I think this is probably the tightest, but it's a little sporadic on the outside. The Boss was very uniform, not a tight core, but there's no way he's getting out of it. The TSS number 9, this is 1 5/8 9s. Very good pattern all around. Again, he's not going to get out of it, but it doesn't have that tight core that I'm looking for. And then the Ward number 1 is probably my favorite. It's tight in the center, and then it's got stragglers around the outside. So you cut his head off, and then if you pulled it a little bit, you're still going to kill him. So maybe that's the best so far. Let's keep rolling. Okay, here we go. Patternmaster 562 code black. Ward number 1. TSS. Boss. Completely blew the pattern out. So I don't know what's happening here, but you can tell it's nothing compared to these. And then a Ward number 2. And it seems like this is an 1 3/4 load. It started blowing the pattern out up here as well, like it did the Boss. So it's almost like, I don't understand, because the 555, well, this is similar to a 555 Boss. The 562 Indian Creek was better on the Boss. But I think it's a toss-up between TSS Shot and this Ward 4610 load. Though both of those are pretty dang strong. Okay, Rectifier 560, Ward number 1. Pretty good, not bad at all. TSS opened up quite a bit. Boss really opened up a lot and shot high. I've had that a couple times, shooting high on that shell for some reason. And then the Ward number 2 absolutely covered up the whole entire piece of paper. He's never getting out of that, that's for sure, but you don't have that core at all. So that choke shoots a good bit more open than the other ones with the shells that I have. All right, let's go. All right. Last but not least, Sumtoy 562 with Ward number 1. Pretty dang strong. Tight grouping. Better hold it on his head pretty good. Beautiful pattern right here on the TSS Shot. Just uniform. His head was here. I mean, no way he's getting out of that. Same thing with that Ward. Boss, there again. This is one of the better patterns it actually threw. It's tighter in the center. It's got a better core to it than the rest of them did. So that is a better pattern than it has. And then, I don't know, man, if I'm just getting lazy or what, but I pulled it a little low. I'll still be able to count all the pellets, no problem. The number 2, the 1 3/4 load, I'm pretty sure is just going to be too many pellets in there, and I believe the 5/8 is better. So, just a quick overview. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 20 targets right here. Right away, it's probably definitely going to be between Sumtoy, Patternmaster, and I would say Indian Creek as far as chokes go. And it's going to come down to those patterns. Like I said, I'm looking for a tight core with the surround on the outside. I will show you guys all of those counts at the dining room table when I get back to the house. I'm tired. My shoulder actually does not hurt because I had so much cushion in it. I blew a hole through my, check this out. I blew a hole through my OSB board back here. That's 20 shots of TSS. Pretty much in the same spot every time. I feel like the gun sighted in pretty good. I did have to adjust it to start with. It was a little high. I dropped it down some. Look at this. That was a brand new piece of OSB. Look at that. And you would think, it's propped up on this little tree right here, you would think I would have killed the tree, but it's hardly got anything on it, because that's what TSS does. So, yep. All in all, I think I learned something here. I feel like, personally, right off, just looking at them, I think the Ward number 1, which will be a 4610 shell, and the TSS shells shot better consistently, more consistent than the rest of my shells that I've got. And like I said, Sumtoy, Patternmaster, and Indian Creek are the best, and they were pretty consistent throughout. So I'll get those counts and get those numbers and see y'all at the kitchen table. All right, y'all, so we're back at the house. It's dark outside. Got my buddy Jason Fisher over here. He's gonna help cut, draw. This plate is exactly 10 inches. So I'm gonna take the plate, long story short, I've got 20 targets to count, or maybe. So basically I'll take a target, wherever the center is, I'm gonna take the plate, I'm gonna try to find center mass. Usually I'll come up here and I'm eyeballing this too, but I'm gonna say, okay, this is pretty much center mass right there. I'll make me a dot. I'm gonna take the plate, I'm gonna cover it up, shift it to where I can see the pellets are good. And then I'm gonna take this and draw a perfect 10-inch circle. This is actually a high shot, but whatever. So you can see there's the circle. I'm gonna count all the pellets in here. So when all said and done, we're gonna find out who had the tightest amount of pellets in a 10-inch circle at 40 yards, what shell it was, and then we'll determine which ones I like better based off of that. Because I'm looking for that tight core, open on the end. All of these chokes and shells did an awesome job, and any of them would kill turkeys at 40 yards with no problem out of a 20 gauge. I want to make that very clear. So this is a Trulock. I mean, that's probably 300 pellets right there. So I think they all did pretty good, but I'm gonna get to counting, and we'll have some numbers here in a minute, and then we'll have a little talk, discussion about it, and wrap it up. Here we go. You exhausted?
Yeah.
It's crazy because when you count that many pellets, I mean, your brain will be just ticking along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Did I say 12 or 13? 12, 13, 14, 15. I mean, you get tripped up. Slightest little noise in the house. My wife was doing laundry. She was in there. She was like, "Can I talk?" And I was like, "Not to us." So she's like, "Okay, cool. I'll talk to myself." But we have some winners here. Look, we counted most of them. I did X out a couple of them because they were so spread out it wasn't even worth counting them. And like I said, I'm trying to get the tightest pattern I could into the 10-inch circle, and then we will talk about the placement on the outside. Don't get me wrong, there are places that you can draw these circles and you may pick up a pellet or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. I didn't like take my time and just do it exactly perfect, but I did it pretty doggone good. This is the only one that I pulled a little high, and I'll talk about that. I didn't have it dead center. I had to bring my sight down a little bit, and I did fix that, and the rest of them are pretty good, so we were able to capture it. But 10-inch circle, 40 yards. This is the I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 9 targets out of 20 that broke 300 pellets. 300 pellets inside of a 10-inch circle is pretty doggone strong at 40 yards. There again, I will reiterate, all of these chokes were really good. I mean, the TruLok, the Rectifier, the Sumtoy, the Indian Creek, what else we got? The Patternmaster, they all did really well. If I were to go off of, before I do this, I got the chokes right here. If I were to go off coolness, like which one of these are really cool? The fishing cork. Hey, you never know. I would say the coolest looking choke out of all these, the Rectifier was pretty cool. I think I like the design of it. It's a little long, but it's got some really big ports in it. I'm not sure if that hurt it or not, because that was probably not so great of a shooting choke compared to the rest of them. I had high hopes for it, and I was a little disappointed. Can you change the constriction in all these? Absolutely. This is a 560. Maybe a 565 would have been better. I don't know, but this is all I had to go on. So this is what we got. The TruLok, it did great. But like I said, as far as looks, it's plain Jane. You know, it really doesn't matter when it comes to killing a turkey what it looks like, but for cool looks, the Rectifier is cool. TruLok, not so much. Sumtoy is a pretty dull looking choke, pretty high performer, and you'll see that in a minute. Indian Creek, they got their basic, their look. It's got a rough diamond feel to the edge of it, the little slats in it. I've shot these, I've done really well with them. It's been a great choke company for a long time. And then my gun actually has the Patternmaster on it. And to me, and you can tell me what you think, but I think the Patternmaster is the coolest looking one out of all of them for me. I like the color. It's kind of got that, what do you call that?
Bronze?
Bronze, yeah. Like a bronze color with the diamonds cut out of it. And it was probably the best performer, I think, based on, but we'll grab the numbers real quick. But I think I like the looks of the Patternmaster. And then as far as that goes, put these up right here. All right, here we go. 40 yards, 10-inch circle. In 9th place was the Boss shot shells at 2 ounces of number 9s. This was an Indian Creek 562, and that is 303 pellets inside that 10-inch circle. It did spray some down here. It's like dragging a tail. I don't like that. I like to have it more uniform. I'm missing a big block of it over here. It shot a little high also. Okay. Next one, TSS company. This is a great pattern all around. Center was here. I am missing some here to the right. I think this is center. High is good, low is good, left is good. Missing a little bit on the right side. This was a Sumtoy 562, and that was 305 pellets. Another TSS load. This is an ounce of 5/8 9s, by the way. My buddy Blake Rice owns this company. Great pattern. Left, right, up, down. This is center. Did pretty good. This is a Patternmaster 562 code black, 307 pellets. And like I said, you guys, you can move this. You might be able to pull this up a little bit and pick up a little bit more. So this is a 310, 315 range. You know, you can get a few more pellets by doing that. This was a Ward. This is his number 1 shell. This was an ounce and 5/8. This is a 4610 load. This is a Sumtoy 562, 315 pellets. That's pretty strong. And you got nice curvature here. You got pellets on all sides and a core, which is kind of what I'm looking for. All right, let's move on. award number 2 shell. This is a little low. It's probably me. I think this is the last target I shot of the day. It was award number 2. This is an 1 3/4 load. This is another 4610 I was trying. Sumtoy 562, 321 pellets. You'll start to see some consistency here too with Sumtoy and some of these loads, and Patternmaster, Indian Creek. Here's a Trulock. Check this out. Pretty solid. This is award 1 3/4, number 9, TruLok 555. I did have a TruLok 560, and I just didn't have enough shells to shoot it. Could I have gotten more pellets out of a 560? Maybe. 555 might be too tight and it's pushing them out. This pattern looked pretty good. I've got nice round pellets all the way around with a core. Again, this is the kind of pattern I'm looking for. And at 329 pellets, it's pretty strong. So, TruLok. TruLok, well, this is the top 4. Yeah, so that's 4th place basically. Proud of that one. 3rd place, award number 1, Indian Creek 562. Drew the pattern pretty doggone good. Center punched it dead center. 331 pellets in that circle. And if you can see very good, you see that, Jason? You got pellets all the way around. There's no way that bird's head is here, 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 here. You're gonna kill him every time. And that's 40 yards, 331 pellets. 2nd place, award number 2, Indian Creek 562, 337 pellets. And there again, same thing. The only thing I've noticed with this number 2 load, the 1 3/4, I get a lot more spray way outside. And I don't know if we need to open this up and go from a 562 to a 565, maybe even a 570, and it might constrict this back down. But like I said, this is all I had to work with today. But that's pretty strong right there, 337 pellets. And the top winner for pellet counts was award number 1, Patternmaster 562, 344 pellets. That's pretty dang strong. And there again, you got pellets on the, it's a little high, pellets on the bottom, left, right, and you can see pellets going off the paper going up right here. But total count on the inside, 344. So there you have it. Patternmaster with the award 1 5/8 was where it was at. All the shells shot great. You will kill a turkey with all 4 brands that I use. That's Boss, TSS, not 4 brands, 3 brands technically, and then the 4610 loads. So I don't think you complain at all. I was pretty impressed with the TSS loads. They were super consistent. The shells popped out of the gun every single time just right. And I mean, they put up some pretty good numbers. Wards. Tell you what, the majority of the big numbers came out of award, and they're a little hot. They definitely kicked. I got a TSS at 307 and 305. The rest of them are all awards. And they, like I said, they were a little bit hotter. I can feel it in my shoulder. If I hadn't had the cushion in there, it really would have hurt pretty bad. But that's where we're at right now. I'm downloading the footage. I'll post it up here hopefully tonight or in a little while. I got to run to church to grab the kids and come back, and I'll drop it. I hope you guys learned something from it. Again, this is my Stevens M301 shotgun. That's a $200 shotgun. Anybody can buy it. You don't have to have a red dot. You can shoot the sights, but I would suggest putting a red dot on it if you're shooting TSS shells. And the chokes, I mean, you really can't go wrong with any of them. If you're trying to kill a turkey at 40 yards, you'll never have a problem. Oh, one thing I did have, Jason, right before I left, I had that Patternmaster in there with one of Blake Rice's TSS loads. That is the back side of the paper at 60 yards, 60.2 yards. I just threw a paper up on the barbed wire fence down there and shot one time, and I was extremely impressed. There is no way, I only had TSS shells left. I didn't have any ward loads at all. But there's no way that you could take a gobbler's head and put it anywhere in here and not kill him at 60 yards. That is crazy. So, will they reach out and touch him? Doggone right they will. TSS, Patternmaster 562, 60 yards. Pretty strong. All right, hope y'all enjoyed it. And hopefully, I'm leaving for Florida tomorrow. So, y'all stay tuned. We're finna go kill some birds.